Hi everyone, and welcome to the October update. So in this video I'm going to give you an update on some of my orchids and also other plants that I've moved indoor in preparation for the winter. Okay, so first off is this Dendrobium speciosum variation pendiculatum. So this new growth here is the first positive development it has produced since I got it back in April. This orchid seems to be very slow growing, but I'm glad it's doing something. And above it is my Vanda, which is doing really well. It's interesting that all the root tips develop horizontally. So all the root tips develop horizontally, pointing away from the window. It must have an aversion to sunlight or something. And down below, we have a Phalaenopsis amabilis that's variegated. This plant is so vigorous. Look how many flower spikes it has. So there's one right here, one right here. There's another one right there. And there's another one that's on this weird growth. And then something is developing on this node right here. So I know for sure that there are 4 spikes. So that's really cool. I'm super excited to see how well this orchid does when it produces its bloom. If there's a lot of blooms, I might consider taking it to my next Orchid Society meeting for judging. Only if it's, has a lot of blooms. But yeah, that's really cool. Moving on. So this is my ceratostylis rubra. It's grown in a kulog. The blooms are gone, but the new roots are developing. Let me see if I get a shot of it. That's not it. Okay, so I can't get a shot of it, it's too dark. Yeah, it's doing well. And right below it is a amorphophallus. I hope I said that right. I'm not 100% on what species it is, but I think it's a konjac. It's going into a dormancy now, I think, so cutting back a little bit of the water. And above it, sitting on my chest drawer here, are a couple of dragon fruit cacti that were grown from seeds, from fruits that I bought from the supermarket. So they're about a year old now. They're looking really good. They could use a little bit more sunlight, but this is the best I can give them at the moment. So I'm expecting them to be a little more spindly after the winter is over, unless I can figure out a way to give them more light. But yeah. This is my giant avocado tree. I started from seed as well. It is also doing really well. It's barely a year old, and look how tall it is. I think it's almost 5 feet now. I'll have to pinch the top off soon, otherwise I will have difficulty moving this guy around. It's pretty unique that this plant likes to branch out a lot, even when it was a little seedling. Let's see here, there's one branch there, another branch there, branch here, and yeah, I've never pinched the top off before, but it's doing this on its own. Yeah, and these are the earlier branches that were made when it was still in water, trying to sprout it. And the leaves are just huge. It's my hand. And there's a leaf there. There's a leaf here. The biggest ones I think is right here. Yeah, so it's living in my room for the moment until I figure out what to do. But I really like it. I like how vigorous it is. Let me pull out a little bit so you can see the entire thing. Yeah, so really cool. And now we're looking at the shelves that I've made to overwinter some of my plants, including some orchids on the top there, which is all under LED lights. So down on the bottom shelf, it's the biggest one where I keep all the tall plants. So we have couple basil, that one right there, and there is a Thai basil back there. And this is also another avocado plant, which I gave it. I think I'm giving it to somebody else, but they haven't taken it, so it's living here. This one is, I think this was a Haas variety. The one that you saw previously is the Florida one. It has a really giant pit, but this one is the smaller pit avocado. And I like how the leaves are, they're kind of ruffled on the edges there. I don't know, I might keep it, I have no idea. But there's some stuff that's growing in the pot too, and I don't know what it is. I thought it might be some flower seeds that I've sown, but forgot about them. But right now I think it's just some weeds. I don't know what that is. It's a type of herb, but I don't know what the name of it. That's a Jasmine plant that I got. Don't know what the ID is, but I need to pot that into a new pot. Some succulents I'm starting from seeds. Just a few days now, so nothing to show there. Nothing much else to show on the orchids here. Oh, I guess I have one thing to show. This is a Neostylis Sneary, and I got this plant from a retired Orchid Society member. She is retiring from the hobby, so I bought some stuff from her. So this is one of them, and it has 2 flower spikes. And that's really nice. And this monster is a Schomburgkia, and what's really interesting is that this particular one is hollow. The pseudobulbs are hollow, and it forms a symbiotic relationship with ants. So at the base of each pseudobulb, there's little holes or entrances for the ants to colonize. And I don't know what to do with this one since it's not really potted up. I read on the internet that some people just sort of hang them bare rooted, and they seem to do fine that way. So I guess I'm sort of mimicking what they're doing, but not really, because I really don't know what to do. So yeah, it's I've seen a couple ants crawling in and out. I should be alarmed, but I don't know. I think there's only like 1 or 2 ants that lives in this particular orchid, and they always seem to go in the same place, like around the same time too. Like in the morning, they come to the windows of where my orchids are staying, and then at night it comes. This one particular ant crawls on my desk in my room, and I've seen him a couple times, and I thought it was kind of cute, so I just let him be. So yeah, in the morning he goes to the window, and at night he goes onto my desk. Yeah. other manageable things. This is my Phalaenopsis schilleriana, which is spiking. That's pretty cool. And then up on this shelf, that's my Phalaenopsis Gigantea. It was previously mounted, but it wasn't doing much. I think it was suffering a bit, so I decided to unmount it and just go ahead and pot it up. So I feel a little bit defeated saying that, but yeah, hopefully it will do better. Alright, so that's it for this shelf.